San Bernardino. Our program shares the stories of the great heroes, the most amazing kids, and those business people who take innovation to the level of awesome. Do you love our show? Be sure and tell the folks at this station thank you. They air this program for free as a gift to the students who create it and to our community. Thanks to student producer co-hosts Ginger Hartman and Melody Adigity, to engineers Amy Alvarez and Chris Byrne, and chief production engineer Arnold Robles. My Awesome Empire is a production of the College of Arts and Letters at California State University, San Bernardino, celebrating 50 amazing years of transforming lives. I'm Lacey Kendall. Have an awesome week.
You're listening to KCAA Loma Linda at 106.5 FM, K293CF Moreno Valley.
Ha, yeah. Y'all know what time it is. So just sit back and relax because the show's about to start. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Hey, everybody. You are listening to KCAA AM 1050, and this is Down to Earth Talk, and you are on with Mr. Inland Empire and Little Saint. Say hi, Little Saint.
What's up?
We are so excited to be wrapping up January with you guys. We have some pretty cool guests in studio today. There's some cool stuff going on. Want to give a shout out to Pastor Braxton and the Community for Unity outreach program that's going on right now. They're out there doing good stuff for the people of San Bernardino, the needy, the lost. So just want to give Pastor Braxton a shout out and some kudos for what he's doing out there. So I promised you I'd do it. So there you go, Pastor Braxton. So we got a pretty full lineup today. You know, we're getting pretty popular out there. Everybody wants to be on with Mr. Inland Empire and Little Saint. Isn't that right, Little Saint?
Heck yeah, they're just calling up and asking.
We're actually having to turn people down. We might have to buy some radio time to get a few more Saturdays in here.
Might have to do a couple podcasts as well.
Yeah, so let us know. Go to the Facebook page, Let's Talk Community, and let us know if you want to hear more. We could totally get some stuff set up on the internet and give you some more of the Let's Talk Community love. So want to thank the people. We just signed on a new media partner around Grand Terrace. That's Around GT, and it's a great opportunity for you to learn what's going on in and around the city of Grand Terrace, Colton, Loma Linda, Redland, San Bernardino, all that good stuff. So if you guys are interested in what's going on, you want to get connected with that, just go to aroundgt.com and you can hook up with them also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Rusty and David. Oh, I love this guy's name, David. That's going to be, I don't know how I forgot that. They are with the group, the Headquarters, right? Is that right?
Yeah, we're actually a corporation first. We're Revolve Touch, and what we're about is we're trying to get more youth, mostly from the College of Cal State San Bernardino, more involved in the community of San Bernardino. We believe that there's an opportunity to rebuild here, and if we could do it with the skills and abilities and knowledge of students that are willing to start their career fresh. There's a lot of students that aren't getting opportunity through internships in the traditional sense of skill building. So we're trying to get people, or students mostly, to use their skills locally. And we looked around, and by being involved in the community ourselves, we found that there wasn't much area for support for people that are trying to be proactive or try to be entrepreneurial. So we felt that we could provide that platform ourselves. So.
Yeah, it's a really neat and innovative co-working type environment, and it opens a lot of opportunities, and it kind of gives people the feel that they don't have. Everyone, even Little Saint, we're always looking at where we're going to meet with people, looking at those, rent an office and all that stuff. But this is the perfect opportunity for people to have a collective place to come and be productive and be around other people that are productive, because, networking is a big thing with us and our company. And if we're not out networking, then we're going to get stagnant. So
and the funny thing is, I just checked on an office space, and they're like $600 a month, and it's just like it's a turn down.
You can't do it in this economy. I mean,
nope.
Shoot, everyone's going. I just bought a radio for my wife for her birthday, and I shopped every brick and mortar. I ended up going back to Amazon. Got 1 day free shipping with Amazon Prime. If that ain't a commercial for you, I don't know what that is. But
a lot of the potential members talk about one of their pain points is about the commitment of getting into an office space. What did you look at for your terms for a lease beginning?
It was just mostly like month-to-month type deal because, you know, I'm always – I have so many ventures going around, you know, not just being a DJ but also an entrepreneur and –
motivational speaker.
Yeah, motivational speakers. We got a lot of things in the oven right now, so yeah.
So we found that a lot of the entrepreneurial thinkers that are looking for space were looking at a 6-month to year lease, and they were just trying to get off the ground, and making that commitment really was hard for them. So when we look at co-working and we look at kind of reducing the price of office space, or at least a place where they can be productive, we found that doing even a month-to-month or even 3 months out for them was very beneficial. They would like to have low costs. Some of them were so surprised with our rate that they were like, I'll pay a year in advance. So
nice.
That's good, and that they're willing to commit to something that's so positive for the community.
Yeah. So, Joe, I think you said we have a caller.
He's back there playing video games.
Go ahead, caller.
Good evening. Good evening. How y'all doing this evening?
Good. Can I get your name? Your voice sounds eerily familiar.
Well, first and foremost, I want to say go Yodis. And this is Ipiani Lockett of Motivation.
Oh, my brother. Hey.
Hey, Yanni.
How y'all doing today? How you doing, Little Saint? Good
What's
to see
up,
you,
brother?
Man. I'm
How you
watching
doing?
The live feed.
Yeah.
Doing well.
So what's going on, buddy?
Definitely. I just want to call in and because I was actually supposed to be there with Rusty because I'm proud of this young man. He's such a visionary for our city, and he has a great heart of love, and he and attached to the works, you know, and he goes around networking and this building up the city and really has a real vision for the city to help cultivate it and make it back into a business hub, because to me, at the center of the biggest county in the country is our city, San Bernardino, and I feel like we should be the biggest in every industry. Yep. And if we could get that entrepreneurial spirit cultivated here, and like I would love to see half of our residents have their own nonprofit, have their own business, and just be successful and thriving. And I believe that Rusty Palmer's vision with the headquarters will definitely lead us in that right direction.
Yeah, and I love it that we're bringing this to the center of town, because one of the things that I've always thought was, you know, before, you know, talking to Rusty about this new venture of his, was that Third Thursday's food truck event is so, like, that's probably my only favorite thing to do here in San Bernardino. Like, I love getting down there, and you got really good food, and it's not just the food trucks. There's actually other small, you know, vendors off to the side that are also making food, and that's not normally seen. Food trucks don't like to be around non-food trucks. They want to have exclusivity. So the fact that you've been able to mix that, and it's a great vibe down there. And you know what's funny is I walked past both the police chief and one of the council members, and I didn't feel like talking to them because I want to talk to all those regular people, all those neat people out there with all those cool ideas. So not knocking the police chief and the city council member that I saw, but just it's such a great mixture of awesome, innovative people, you know, coming to, you know, the center of San Bernardino, a great town.
Yes.
Ipiani, thank you first for calling and all your support, man. You're awesome as a motivational speaker, and you know your coach, man. You've coached me through a lot of hard times, and you know I really appreciate that. And being supportive of this really means a lot to me. You know, I drive by that All-American City on East Street, that mural right there. It says 1977. I wanted to say 2016 because we're going to bring back the entrepreneurial spirit right here in downtown.
Whoa. Yep, let's do it.
We can make make all kinds of beauty happen if we just have support for those people that are trying to make things happen in the event area, such as Carla, Quebec, with the Tamale Fest most recently. We got the Chamber of Commerce, Tammy Martin Rowell, she's trying to
the Black Chamber.
Yeah.
The Black Chamber of Commerce.
Making things happen. BCCIE.
Hey, now.
Tammy's amazing. And there's so many people, just like yourself and Tammy and Carla. If we could get all those people into one place where they could be co-working together, they'll not only challenge each other, they'll support each other. They'll keep each other going when, the going gets tough. Those hard hours, long times, just being in front of a computer and trying to make it happen, collaborating resources and, making events happen for our community. That's my priority. Supporting small business and also looking at getting students more involved. So just like you said, go Yotes.
All right. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Great job. And I'll be checking in on my phone, because I'm watching the live stream on KCAAradio.com,
I'm giving you a wave. Hey, and before you leave, man, I just want to thank you for being so positive. You have got to be one of the most positive people in the Inland Empire. Even when I get crazy negative and getting down.
No, you just get crazy.
You are literally the most positive. So if you're looking for positive representation of your company, of your organization, of your event, your product, Motivational Realizations is where you gotta go. All right.
Definitely. Good to talk with y'all, brothers, and keep up the great job. We're making that difference one day at a time, and I see it, and it's an honor to be here and, gathering and fellowshipping with y'all. So let's keep it up, y'all.
Sounds good.
Let me throw out there, too. I went to a Les Brown Get Motivational seminar, and it was really awesome because I was thinking I would see people David's age, because...
Are you saying I'm old?
No, I'm not saying you're old. Well, okay, you do got a limp, so you're breaking down little by little. No, but it was so awesome to see people, young people, like 19, 20, 21-year-old people. It's just like, whoa, you don't see this. You don't see young people wanting to be in business for themselves, and them just being there. And I've even talked to some of them. I was like, hey, if you could have an office today, where would it be? And he goes, it's hard out there. I built a little makeshift office in my room, and I was like, cool. So I think what you're doing is a good idea, and one of the things that I like is the fact that there are more entrepreneurs out there and that we just got to go out there and look for them, because they're scared to, pop up.
One fact about co-working is that those that used to work at home and then they work in a co-working environment, 75% of them said that they did better in a co-working environment.
Yeah, because they're more focused, and they see that, hey, you got these people over here and we're all a team.
Bumping elbows with success,
Yeah.
and people that are in the same, mindset is something that's important.
Well, don't they tell us in school too is don't be afraid to ask questions because someone else might want to ask that question but be afraid to, or they may not think of the question, but they're learning from other people's questions and answers. So in the co-working environment, you've got people that everyone has a separate struggle. But, now we're all struggling together and finding solutions together. And I think that's vital for San Bernardino because of, the turmoil that the poor city's going through. And so, bringing this to San Bernardino, I think, is really cool. We got another caller, Joe. All right. Go ahead. Hey, caller,
Hello?
You're on with Let's Talk Community. How you doing?
Hi, how are you doing, Mr. Inland Empire? This is Daisy calling.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. I wanted to call in, first of all, and say how excited I am to learn about the headquarters. I mean, I've been following Rusty and the work for Revolve Touch, and it's just something that is really needed here. I mean, Rusty, can you tell me a little bit more about what the headquarters would mean to me, just as a college-age student living in San Bernardino? What would that mean to me? Like, how can you explain it a little bit better?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for calling in and supporting us as we're going. With Revolve Touch, if you look at our logo, we all came together as students, alumni, and master students of Cal State San Bernardino. And what we saw as a group is that the values of students were kind of upside down. And that's the first V in our logo. And what we want to do is kind of turn things around And we saw in the community of San Bernardino, there are small business owners, there are community leaders, there's political leaders, there are people that are doing things in this community, and it is a hard place to be trying to do a lot of things. And we saw that, and we said, well, you can really, just like a potter, you can take, clay, and when you put it in the fire, it builds something beautiful. So if you can take that same aspect as a student and kind of, instead of applying your skills at an internship or maybe a 9-to-5 traditional or even a fast food place to try to make that basic income, you can do things in the community. You can use your skills now while you're a student and support a small business or support some community growth or community events. Or there's a lot of groups out there. Like I was a part of San Bernardino Generation Now, and they did a lot of things in the community. They were doing kind of what we were talking about in philosophy, is that you can go out there and use your skills for good. You can make change, and then people are going to notice that. And what we want to do is just support people that are trying to be productive in the city. And one of the biggest complaints we had, even the group San Bernardino Generation Now, was that they had nowhere to go to get Wi-Fi, meeting space, a place to just kind of work together on their projects that were, either about cleaning parks or helping small businesses or, just growth events in the community that are positive for the age group that we're trying to attract to San Bernardino. When you look around, there's not many youth that are your age. I assume you're probably 19 to 35. There's a lot of youth that are just not as active in the community here. When you compare to other cities, there's a lot of people looking out of San Bernardino to find where they're going to go for their evening or their entertainment, or even where they're going to go to work during the day. For instance, David is a Cal State alumni. He lives in Yucaipa. And tell him a little bit about yourself and your situation, your commuting.
Well, right now I work in Pomona, in the office in Pomona. And it's actually moving to Brea, so that's going to be a 60-mile commute for me. And I have an opportunity to work from home, but at home, I don't have that much space, so a co-working space like this would be a good opportunity for me. And with the prices that we'd be looking at, it'd be reasonable also.
That's great.
Wow, that sounds amazing. So from what I'm getting from you is that the headquarters is going to be a place where, say, if I have an idea, I want to start my own small business, maybe have it be screen printing, maybe my own graphic design. And it's hard to work from home. I can't, and I can't afford Starbucks anymore. So you're saying, you're saying that the headquarters is going to be a place where I can, maybe pay a monthly payment, and I can go and have, be surrounded by other like-minded individuals that are maybe doing the same thing. Is that what I'm getting from you? Because I'm thinking that's what I'm imagining, a place with a Wi-Fi, other people that are on, purpose-driven. Is that kind of what I'm getting from you?
Exactly. We're going to be a place where we're not only going to have a place for you to have high-speed Wi-Fi, but you're going to be bumping elbows with other people that are being proactive in this community. And it's going to be a place where if you're trying to get going, we want to support you with resources. We have a couple of chambers of commerce that are going to back us up to support with education. We've even spoken to the city about just walking through the basic needs of maybe event planning, doing business licensing, or the basics of getting a DBA, doing business as, or EIN, the number, so that you can get started with your business, all legitimate. And workshops and other educational opportunities we're going to provide. I'm looking to get the attention of Google so I can teach the entrepreneurial tool belt that they provide through Google Apps. So basically, if you're trying to get going, we want to support you with every resource we can, including a very affordable office space.
It sounds amazing. Now, here to me is going to be like the question of the day, though. I know, it sounds great, but can I afford it? I mean, what are the prices going to be like? Is that something that you already have in mind? Is it already set?
Look at Daisy taking over the radio show.
Well, Yeah, we have a couple different opportunities for the space that we're going to go with, but we're trying to keep prices in the co-working area as low as $39 a month, so you can get in there. You can have the opportunities of all the other membership. If you want to buy something like a service a la carte, we're going to do it at a membership rate, so you get a discount and it's affordable. And then once you get going, if you build a team, then we're going to do a group rate for. We have something we're calling the Founders Pack, where it's going to be 3 memberships for about $350. So you'll get the full membership benefits with that, but you'll have 3 members. You have to have a DBA as a team, and look to be working together. And our goal is that who we're going to be supporting is going to be businesses that are founded to be in San Bernardino City.
But you said $39, right? So that's
Yeah.
I could start off with $39 a month.
You could do that, Daisy.
So I got a question.
Wow.
Like, these packages, is it going to have like the Starbucks settings, or is it going to have actual office, with doors to separate?
We're going to start off pretty grassroots. So we are working with a coffee partner that is going to come in eventually and set up a whole cafe. When we begin, it's going to be a self-service coffee bar. We're working with some of the small businesses locally to do catering, and they'll come in and do lunch and otherwise service our members that would like to pick up a meal in between. We'll get delivery and otherwise. We want to make it a place where small businesses are welcome and members feel comfortable to be there and have a snack and keep being productive.
So thank you, Daisy, for calling in. We got another caller, so we're going to...
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Daisy. All right. Go ahead, caller. Hello?
Yes, my name is Virgil Wolfo. Rusty asked me to call in and support him on this issue. I think it's very important that the city, and particularly the county, have a center such as this that we see in other municipalities such as San Diego and Las Vegas, where the businesses are being looked at locally. One of the major problems that I find here in San Bernardino County and Riverside County is that they do not support the local businesses. And in fact, they do not have the ordinances that would otherwise allow local businesses to participate on a lot of these government and state and local government funded projects. So until that happens, and then the other issue that I hope we can address is to have the type of banks locally who will support the local businesses and insurance companies so they can get the bonding insurance to participate. Without them, it's not very effective, and I hope that will be addressed and be a part of the program.
Yeah, and those are really good points. Having financial backing and the ability to obtain insurance is a big deal. Lil Saint and I, we've run into multiple times where, people have come to us saying, hey, I can't do this because they want me to have insurance. I don't have insurance, or they want me to do this because I need this financial thing. So we've actually, been able in the years to, either throw our reputation on the line or find strategic partners like the 4 Points by Sheraton out in Rancho Cucamonga. They've done a lot to provide, insurance and financial backing for us. So, bringing strategic, right, sir, bringing strategic partners in to help support the project and the entrepreneurial, movement forward in the region is vital. And that's why when Lil Saint and I sat down with Rusty and his team at Starbucks, we're going to keep throwing Starbucks out there.
$5.
We were, we got it. This needs to happen, and this isn't just, this is great for San Bernardino, but this is great for Fontana, Rialto, Loma Linda. There's tons of cities that are in no way ready to do anything like this. They don't have innovative people that are even trying. There's not even space for this. I can't even think. I live in Rialto. I can't think of one place in Rialto where this is even feasibly possible to happen. But those leaders and people from those areas of the region, they can come and support this, and hopefully they do. We're going to make a big splash with this. And
I like the dream already.
Yeah,
I love the vision that y'all have. It's awesome.
Definitely. I think also one of the things you're touching on is that there isn't much of a call to accountability for our political leaders. And I think that we should kind of flip towards a localized a support system with our political leaders. They need to be looking at the small businesses as a resource, not only for economic gain, but also community. The small businesses, they support a lot in this community. They make things happen. They bring life to the community. And I mean, for one, you're talking about banking. I've been a member of First Valley Credit Union with our corporation, Revolve Touch, since we began. And I believe that credit unions is a big way to make an impact with your dollars. Also, being part of the Chambers of Commerce, that's important as well. When you get involved with local businesses, and I just bought a car from somebody within the network, local in San Bernardino. I didn't take my money to another city. I believe that the tax base should be here in this city. Things like that, you can do a lot with your dollars and your money. I believe that money and economic change and getting the people that are actually willing to put themselves out on the line, such as small business and entrepreneurial thinkers, they're going to go to those political leaders and they're going to demand change. I can't do it anymore. I'm as far as talking politics, I think it's just exhausting, and I believe that if we get enough businesses in here that are demanding change, we can really make changes in San Bernardino. That's my whole philosophy. Public versus private. That's an argument I would talk about a lot. With Cal State San Bernardino, it's a public university, but it has a huge economic impact. Also, if we're looking at some private wins within the university, looking at the dorm situation, we have a new private entity that came in, the Glen, and they're killing it. They're doing better offering private services to students that want to live in quality housing. The dorms can't beat them.
Well, they take the bureaucracy out of it, and they don't have to play those games that the college has to play. So.
Well, gentlemen, just a second. If I can just add quick things, I have to get back in here. But I wanted to bring the point out that when we start looking at the economic impact that local small businesses have, we have been shut out because we can't compete with the bigger firms when they allow them to be local businesses. Yeah. Local businesses should be someone that has a business here. It shouldn't be a big corporation. I'm going to throw a name out like Parsons that has offices all over the world, coming in and saying that they're local small businesses, particularly when we're doing these government contracts and state-funded and local-funded projects. So that's why a lot of the local businesses have moved away, and they just don't even bid or do. And that's something we really need to change, and can only get changed until we start holding folks accountable. But the other point I wanted you to bring out is I understand credit unions help, but we need banks that are willing to come in and step in and support. Two of the banks that I found out that are doing that is California Security Bank, but they're changing their name now. I think it's Premier, and BBVA. There are two local banks that are actually trying to help and support local businesses with the money that they need to work on these contracts. We haven't had that success with Wells Fargo and the Bank of Americas and those type of things. In fact, the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce in San Diego is actually suing Wells Fargo for failing to meet those obligations. So those are some of the challenges that we have to have. But getting back to the point again, local elected officials, particularly those who are people of color, must step up and start making sure there's participation and that the goals are met, not just say, well, we're going to try to do it, but they are done. And otherwise, these businesses are going to leave the area and not participate any longer.
Yeah, thank you so much for bringing all those points up. We got one more caller before our fastest 30 minutes of radio is up. So go ahead, caller. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, who is this?
This is Danielle Willis. I am a fellow board member of Rusty's. Caesar, are you there too?
No, Caesar couldn't make it today.
Okay, well, I'm just calling in supporting headquarters, BCCIE.
Awesome. Thank you for calling, Daniel.
Of course. You made some such valiant points, and I stand by you, and I believe that headquarters is going to be something that is going to help take San Bernardino to the next level for the next generation. So keep up the good work. You're doing a great job. I had to call in and just support.
Well, thank you so much for calling in. We really appreciate it. We got 2 minutes, so I wanted to talk to you about is there an opening date? Do we have a date yet? Can we talk a date yet?
Well, right now we're
Yes.
looking at mid-March. We're waiting on some renovations that the building owner is unable to predict when they're going to be done. We were looking at, when we first started talking with the building owner, that they would possibly have keys for us in November, and that we'd be able to go in there and start doing our fix-ups. And
But that got pushed back.
It got pushed up. Some drastic changes happened in the time schedule. So we're just kind of waiting, and we're doing our best to kind of speak with people that are looking for this service and the space.
So
there's a lot of people out there that are kind of just displaced entrepreneurs, and we're trying to keep them in San Bernardino.
So before we close out here, how can people be kept up to date with what you guys are doing with the headquarters?
If you look up hashtag the HQ, you're going to find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Please keep up with that. Please go. If you look at the Instagram or the Facebook page, you're going to get my number. You can call me up. It's 760-580-9491. And we would love to hear about what space you need or why you would support a co-working space. Thank you so much, Danielle, for calling.
Cool.
Of course.
All right.
Yes.
So we are actually out of time, but I wanted to give Little Saint an opportunity to give a shout out about his regular gig that he's doing every Thursday. Go ahead.
Yeah, if you guys love to sing karaoke or love just to eat, and come out to O'Donovan's in Pomona off of 3rd Street, and we got it going on. Karaoke, $3 PBRs, 20% off of food with college IDs, so come out there. I'll be out there.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening, and we will see you again in 2 weeks. Peace.
Later. Thank you all.
Your NBC Sports Radio update starts now.
The news still resonating through the NBA. The firing of Cavaliers head coach David Blatt yesterday, despite a 30-11 record. Mavericks head coach Rick Carlisle, addressing the media, talked about the situation.
I'm embarrassed for our league that something like this could happen like this. It's just bizarre. Now, is Ty Lue going to coach the All-Star game for the East? I mean,